econ and math go really well together. And I was always more on the quantitative side. And I felt like econ wasn't giving me enough of the quantitative side. So I wanted to double that up with math. And I felt like it was just a really good combination, which, would help me further on.
So I'm sure many listeners would be interested to know what econ math majors end up doing, also what they study in university, and also what are the different tracks that you're considering in terms of career opportunities with this major.
Right. So, econ is a very wide subject. I mean, you can apply it to a lot of things. And when you combine that with math, it actually shows that you have very strong analytical abilities. So that's one of the reasons I chose this major. And I'm also currently pursuing a minor in business. So I feel like that opens up a lot of opportunities. And I've really been looking into careers in investment banking and consulting. So, yeah.
Great. So typically, what are the skills that overlap with, and so what are the things that you do extracurricular wise to succeed as a maybe intern at an investment banker? Do you join clubs at UCSD which are more finance focused? What are the opportunities that you
Yeah,
participate in?
definitely. There's a lot of clubs at UCSD for that sort of thing. There's like the Undergraduate Investment Society. There's like a fund which is managed by a lot of students. But I personally really like investing in the stock market. So a couple of years ago, I got my social security number from working on a job on campus. And since then, I've been investing in the market, and I manage a portfolio of around $5,000, which I've collected myself. And my friends and I are actually starting our own organization to help to form a group about investing. I mean, it was kind of backtracked by the whole COVID thing, but we're planning to kick it off in fall.
So what is the idea? What kind of
So
project would this be?
So our UCSD has organizations to train you into investment banking. They have one for trading, but what we realize is that they don't have one for investing. People who just begin investing, they need some sort of knowledge and support. And I feel like that's the kind of organization that I'm planning on starting with my friends. So
That's good. That's
yeah.
very enterprising. So do you follow like investment advisors or people who teach investment, online, or read books? What inspirations have you got to start this club now, or your journey to sort of begin thinking about starting the
I
club?
mean, I've always really looked up to Warren Buffett. He's been one of my idols when it comes to investing and value investing. And I've learned those ideals. And throughout school, I learned accounting. And I've been able to learn about financial analysis through my internships. And so I've just been applying all of that together to kind of value companies and follow his footsteps in a way. Yeah.
Great. So if you were to look at other extracurriculars, things that you do for fun on campus,
Yeah.
what are the things that come to your mind?
So, I mean, we have a lot of cultural associations. Like, there's two Indian associations on campus. There's intramurals, which I'm part of. I play soccer and basketball, which is a lot of fun to do on the weekends. And also, UCSD is located right next to the beach. So it's like on the weekends you can just go on the beach and play. And I was also involved in a spike ball organization, like a spike ball club. So we used to have events on the beach almost every weekend during the winter. And the weather's always super nice, so you're never gonna have an issue with actually going out and finding things to do.
Great. I'm going to switch to asking you a few rapid fire questions to get to know Avinav a little bit better.
Okay.
First one is, if you were to pick 3 adjectives to describe your strengths, which ones would you pick? Which words would you pick?
I'd say friendly, um, enterprising, and confident.
Okay. Next question. If you were to look back during this time of COVID
Hmm.
and say, okay, lockdown has impacted the way you live, what
Right.
are the self reflections or areas of improvement you're working on?
Um, I wish I'd use my time a little more productively and work towards a little more skill building. But doing that along with having online classes, which is a completely new concept to all of us, is kind of difficult. So yeah, when I look back, I wish I'd like worked a little more towards skill building that way.
Sure. So classes and exams has got over, right? So
Yeah.
UCSD is on a quarter
What is-
system. Yeah. So that way it's kind of later for you
Hmm.
guys to finish your semester quarter exams.
Yep.
What is the university thinking? How are they going to cope with in-person blended, and what are your views on it since you've already experienced end of the
I
term?
feel like the university did a good job in like they offered all the resources they should have, even if it was a normal quarter. And I feel like personally for me, learning was easier because in class there's so much to do. You have to follow the lecture. You need to make notes, and on top of that, you need to process everything that's happening. But with online, there's generally recorded lectures for me. So I mean, I can pause it whenever, make notes, absorb whatever material was being taught, and so I feel like it was an easy experience. And exams too were online. And I feel like you're giving them in a more comfortable environment at your home. So, yeah, I feel like online learning has been a good experience for me overall.
So the exam timings, early morning in India, that didn't bother you much?
Actually, a lot of my professors were very nice about that. They used to have makeup exams for international students. But the ones I had to give were not super late. I'd say around like 11 p.m., which is doable, I guess. So yeah, I think
That's great.
yeah.
Fine. And now I want you to reflect back and sort of think of high school students who are a bit confused or disappointed with what's going on and can't deal with uncertainty as much.
Hmm.
You also probably had your fair share of uncertainty. What advice would you give high school students?
Um, I would say that just follow your heart, honestly. I feel like if you really like a college, don't let COVID decide where you have to go. And also, weather is a major factor, which is something I've come to realize because I've had friends in Boston and New York who are going crazy about the weather and they're just like always inside. And so I feel like weather plays a major factor. Um, yeah, so